Claire Baker, former Clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, bringing you my weekly vlog about my own clutter clearing journey, which is my weight loss journey. Was that a hint of sun coming out? It's been a dark, overcast morning here in Banbury, but hopefully the sun is starting to come out. Maybe that's because I've just put the fountain on for the pond. You can probably hear it in the background. I love the sound of running water and the birds and people mowing their lawns. A sure sign that summer is really giving it a good go at this time of year. The neighbours' kids are out playing as well. So, how has the last week been? Well, I put £5 on, which I think is probably my biggest gain, actually. But I am not too worried. It's been quite a week. As you know, last week was a significant turning point. A particular stress that I've had for 9 years has gone. And so this week, I think, has been a period of adjustment. There's been quite a lot going on. And quite a lot of positive things going on. Just getting a few things sorted that needed to be sorted. And I mentioned last week that I was aware that I'd got kind of 5 triggers for eating carbs and sugars. And surprise, surprise, I've had 3 of those this week, which has led to me eating carbs and sugars, which has led to me putting on £5. So just like Marisa, my counsellor says, you know, when you know why, it doesn't need to be so concerning. You know, we're in a phase of being honest about why we have been overweight, why we, if you like, why we accumulate the clutter. And just like with my clients, acknowledging and admitting that, you know what, I have my clutter because I accumulate too much stuff. That is hard for most of my clients. Most of my clients don't kind of acknowledge and admit that until they are fairly near the end of their journey. And surprise, surprise, you know, it's the same with the weight clutter. I feel I kind of reached that point just before Christmas where it was just like, you know what, I've been overweight because I eat too much, and it's as simple as that. But actually, you know, for me, it's the carbs and the sugars in particular. Of the triggers, the 5 triggers, I was out of my routine, very definitely. Haven't been to the gym over the last week. I'm starting to feel a bit sluggish because of it, but also because of the carbs and the sugar that I've eaten. On Saturday, my husband and I took the train. Nice to get on the train for a change. Went up to Birmingham, which is a city not far from us, about 40 minutes. And we essentially had a day out. We needed to buy a new Hoover. I never knew I could get so excited about a Hoover. It's fantastic. Suddenly my carpets look like a different colour. We bought a new dishwasher. Our dishwasher hasn't been working for about 6 months and we weren't in a position to be able to replace it. So we've been doing the washing up by hand, and over the last couple of months it's been me that's been doing it because my husband's been out working an awful lot. So I've been doing it in my lunch hour, before breakfast, lunch hour, and in the evening. So it's the cat bowls more than anything. With 4 cats having 2 meals a day, that's 8 bowls a day that is accumulating. So you leave it for a day and my goodness, they mount up. While we were in Birmingham, we also went to, there's a department store called Selfridges. I used to live near the Selfridges one in London, and there's one in Birmingham, and there's a fabulous food hall on the ground floor, and there's a patisserie called Patisserie Valerie. And again, funnily enough, there was one in London, just down the road from where I used to live. Amazing cakes. And we decided, right, we'll have a cup of tea. We got there at about midday. We'll have a cup of tea and I'll have a piece of cake. I can control this, is not a problem. beautiful piece of strawberry gatto. Oh, it was divine. But we went back there on our way back to the train station to come home. So I had another cup of tea and I had another piece of cake. I did want carrot cake, but they'd run out of carrot cake because I do love carrot cake. So I had another piece of strawberry gatto. I don't even want to think how many calories and carbs were in that. Needless to say, I couldn't really count my points. Not my points, my points, my figures on Saturday. We also went to a restaurant called Wagamama's, which is really lovely. Again, there was one in London just down from where I used to live. There's one in Oxford actually as well. It's a Japanese and Asian restaurant. Really, really nice. But I'm sure sugars was in the sauces and carbs were in the noodles. But again, you know what? I enjoyed it. It was a one-off. Yeah. The weekend before was a one-off when we were in Manchester. But anyway, it just happens that it's been 2 weeks in a row. Oh, and then on the way home, as my husband was carrying our new Hoover in its box on his head down the street, because that was the easiest way to carry a bulky box, we went to our local pub that we love, the Old Reindeer, very oldie-woldy, where Oliver Cromwell went to plan his Battle of Edge Hill. I had my sparkling water. I didn't want alcohol. My husband had a couple of pints, and I had a cheese board. And the cheese board came with crackers, and I ate the crackers. And of course, that's carbs. But like I say, it was a one-off day. We ate an awful lot. Funnily enough, a year ago, I wouldn't have classed that as a lot of food, but it was. And I enjoyed it, but I did also feel very sluggish. And I feel like I'm kind of at that point where where I'm not enjoying the carbs and sugar like I used to. Therefore, I feel like the habit of choosing fat food is almost there, because I've done this several times where I've had cake, I've had carbs, and then the feeling I get afterwards, it's getting to that point where it's not worth it. So yeah, so I know why. Stress is another of my key triggers. Although a huge stress was lifted from my shoulders last, when was it? Last Wednesday, I think it was. I feel like I've been adjusting to less stress. Because I'm finally feeling positive about the future for the first time in 9 years. And that's an unfamiliar feeling. I feel re-motivated, re-energized. And that's a really good thing. And combined with the fact that I do my TRE every week, my TRE class every week to manage my regular ongoing stress. Yeah, it's a whole new world. I'm quite good. I have one of my triggers is not being active, occupied or bored. Definitely that doesn't apply this week. It's been really busy, sorting various things out, buying clothes as well, new dress, and I'd underestimated how important that was. So that hasn't applied this week. Temptation, and easy to succumb to temptation. One of my triggers, yeah, patisserie Valerie was definitely a temptation. I didn't have to have 2 pieces of cake, but I fancied it. It was there. My husband was having a piece, which of course didn't mean I had to have a piece, but I did. I chose to have a piece. A second piece. God, sounds bad now, doesn't it? And then the final trigger, which I know is not enough good snack food in the house. Well, that didn't apply this week either. I did a shop at Sainsbury's to You, delivered to the door last week, to make sure there were plenty of snack foods in the house. But what was interesting was that I ate them a lot quicker. So whereas, for example, one of my snacks is roast chicken pieces that you can buy. They come in packs of 4. I got 2 packs of those, and I ate 1 pack on Friday, and I ate the second pack on Sunday. Now, if I'd only bought one pack, I would have had half a pack on Friday and half a pack on Sunday. So 2 pieces on Friday and 2 pieces on Sunday. So maybe having a store of suitable snack foods in the house isn't such a winner for me. Don't know, gonna have to sort of play that one out. Like I say, it's not been a usual normal routine week. So it's a bit hard to tell. And positives though from this week, it's not all doom and gloom. Yeah, I put on £5. But there are positives as well from this week. My new clothes really actually helping me feel focused and motivated. I had underestimated the importance of having clothes that either fit or are slightly snug as a motivational issue, but also looking in the cupboard and seeing things that like, yeah, I want to put that on. I did try on 3 different things this morning before I settled on this dress. There was a skirt. I've got a lovely electric blue wrapped skirt, a size 14. Doesn't quite fit, but that is nice because again, that's a motivation. I really want to wear that electric blue skirt. They're not expensive clothes at all because I'm not at the size that I plan to be at. I will hopefully, I'm going to start saving vouchers for the shops that I want to be able to buy in, like Debenhams and Monsoon and Sea Salt Clothing and Joe Brown, and I'd love to get a Karen Millen dress. Princess Diana liked Karen Millen, so very classic sort of styles. So yeah, I have to start buying vouchers to build up for when I can buy the final size. So the clothes I've got are cheapies, but it's fine, absolutely fine. They don't need to last because I ain't going to be at the size very long. Yes, and I've also ordered a bulk order of meat from the farm so that we can fill up our freezer with food. It's half full from stuff that I got them from the supermarket with fish and snacks for my husband, actually. But I have put in an order for plenty of meat so I can make our breakfast bags with the sausages and the bacon. Again, so just not having to spend time or energy on picking food out for dinner or for breakfast, and that I think will mean that I'm then not tempted to eat more or to have something that isn't so suitable. I did really well last summer. The weight did fall off very quickly, and I don't think it's a coincidence that was because I had a freezer full of suitable food for meals. So quite looking forward to the summer. Let's do it again. Yeah, other positives. I enjoyed an hour in the garden this week on Friday. Friday afternoons is kind of becoming my gardening time. Planted some new plants, enjoyed going out and getting those. Put them in, hoping the cats don't destroy them before they get a chance to really root themselves in and grow. But even just seeing the garden, the veg patch down the end evolve is great. My Brussels sprouts, broccoli and cauliflower plants are coming on. Snails, thank goodness, don't seem to have got them. I think Harry the Hedgehog, who I saw last night, he was out last night, I'm hoping he's hoovering up all of the snails and the slugs. Fingers crossed. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet for him, as long as he doesn't eat the plants. Yes, my husband is creating a new office for me, or a second office for me, which has got no phones, no electronics in it. So it's almost like a contemplation room for me. And if I get to a point where clients come and see me each week, it'll be a space for us to be. It's actually the window on the right that you can see up there. So that's just really nice. It feels like a sort of a fresh start again, a new chapter. Yeah, dishwasher's coming tomorrow. Very excited about that. Who knew? What was ironic though was we spent twice as much on the Hoover as we did on the dishwasher. The dishwasher was actually my next display, so it was cheaper. But yeah, I never thought I was going to spend that much money on a Hoover. It is a Dyson. It is very good. Used it this morning to clear up the bird that the cats had brought in last night and murdered. and beheaded. Came down this morning, there were feathers everywhere in the dining room and the headless bird. And then I said to my husband, I don't know where the head is. And he said, well, the beak's over there. I don't know what they did with the head. Don't really want to know. But I was really glad that we had a new super sucking hoover to hoover up all the feathers. They were everywhere. Love our cats sometimes. And then the other positive is that we've got a new cleaner starting today. We've been out without a cleaner since about February. She had to give up because she was having problems with her knees, medical problems, and her feet actually. And we decided not to replace her just while we were kind of finishing our stress chapter, as it were. I've got a new cleaner starting today. So again, I think I mentioned last week, I'm not underestimating the significance that doing the washing up, which takes about half an hour each time, and doing the cleaning, which takes about 4 hours a week to do it properly. Not having to do those things, another couple of stresses taken away from me, and just a time thing as well, time and mind. Always in the back of my mind over the last few months has been the washing up's piling up again. And again, I'm somebody who, you know, is visual. Seeing the washing up pile up on the side doesn't make me feel good. So again, it's all going to help. All going to help. So just again, the 5 success factors: feedback and learning. Learned a lot. Well, not learned a lot. Reminded, reinforced about these triggers and how I can avoid them, prevent them, but at the same time go with the flow. I enjoyed Saturday in Birmingham. I enjoyed eating 2 pieces of strawberry gatto. Lovely. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Method, this week I'm going to go back to the gym. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I will be back at the gym tomorrow after nearly 2 weeks. This Friday would have been 2 weeks that I haven't been to the gym. I have missed it. It feels like a lot longer. Doing the doing, I'm going to be able to plan our meals better when we've got the freezer food. I think I'm picking that up on Friday. And Saturday, I need to choose wisely. I'm meeting up, my husband and I are meeting up with my brother and his wife, and we'll be eating out. Thankfully, it's our turn to pay, so I won't feel guilty. We take it in turns. I won't feel guilty about ordering steak, because steak is usually the most expensive thing on the menu, but steak, if you like, is what I like, and it's my safe option. My husband will probably eat chips if it comes with chips. So, yeah, I just need to be wise with that and not have dessert. Or if I do have dessert, I'll have a cheese board, not eat the crackers. So, yeah, just want to be... I don't want 3 weekends in a row. I don't want to put on weight 2 weeks in a row. 1 week, fine. But, yeah. Time, I'm just going to keep going. As I've said before, take the learning from the last couple of weeks. Because, as I've said before, the tough times will pass. The tough weeks will pass. And I don't even consider this having been a tough week. Yeah, I put on 5 pounds, but it wasn't a tough week. It was a week where I expected to put on, because I know I did the things that will lead to weight gain. Really simple. Didn't go to the gym, ate carbs and sugar. And then finally, the support, the counselling continues. And I now feel ready to deal with the next big issue that is a challenge for me. And it's interesting how as the weight loss gets deeper, so too, if you like, do the issues that are coming up. I'm sure I've made an analogy before. It's like an onion, there are layers. I know that's a Shrek reference where Donkey talks about layers, and he's an onion. But it is, you know, as the layers of the onion are being dealt with, the next sort of layers are coming. So I'm actually looking forward to learning a bit more about the particular issue that I'm ready to deal with. And of course the TRE, my weekly stress class, always helpful. Felt very clean last week. It's the only way I can describe it. and I am sure that that is because of the stress that was eliminated, if you like, last Wednesday. So again, stress is not going to help us with losing weight and doing what we need to do. So in a way, there's kind of nothing stopping in my way, standing in my way now between me and the goal. So I would actually say it's been a good week. And a year ago, I would not have said that. If I was telling you that I'd put on £5, I would not be equaling that to a good week. But actually, you know what? It's been a good week, which kind of proves that there's been a major shift, I think, over the last year. You know, my weight isn't linked anymore to whether or not I have a good week or not. Yeah. Let me know how you've got on. Have you had a good week? Have you had a tough week? Have you put on weight like I have? We are not alone. All right, my aim over the next week is I would like to lose £2. Anything extra is a bonus. So yeah, set myself my goal. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.